Hello, welcome to Med Sports TV. In today's episode, we are taking a look at the fights that happened over the weekend. Billy Joe Saunders versus Murray, then Anthony Yarde versus Lyndon Arthur. Then we also take a look at the ultimate bout for the weekend, which is Errol Spence versus Garcia. But before we get into it, kindly hit the subscribe button and also press the like button and share our content. And also remember, COVID is real and adhere to all protocols. Thank you. So I'm starting from the Billy Joe Saunders fight. Billy Joe Saunders fought on Friday. He looked a little bit rusty, but he went 12 rounds and got the unanimous decision. It was good for him because it has been over a year when he fought. He did not look fantastic in his last fight, just like this one. But this one, he went 12 rounds with an ex-world contender. So it was good for him. He boxed him. He looked little bit rusty, but his movement was on point. He got a knockdown, but referee said no. He was a little bit rusty in terms of his head movement and caught a couple of shots, which I thought, the Billy Joe Saunders that fought David Lemieux would have avoided that. The one that fought Chris Eubank Jr. would have avoided that. So I think it's a good step with his management team, NTK Global. I think they can foster the growth and step up his competition because he has already signed to fight Canelo when the pandemic broke, just a day before the lockdown in the United States. So we expect more from Billy Joe Saunders. Then we move to the second bout, which also happened in the UK. It was live on BT Sports. It was by Frank Warren, who is now 40 years in the boxing promotion business. Congratulations to him. And I think that fight was the fight in which I was a little bit disappointed with Yarde and Anthony Ajay. His trainer Ajay, he did not do him good, just like in the Kovalev fight when he asked him to empty the tank, threw everything at Kovalev, and Kovalev was still standing there. So I think he was a little bit confused either to give that same instruction because his fighter did not know he was losing the fight. He thought they were winning, and lack of sparring and amateur pedigree did not help Anthony. He was totally exposed. He was exposed by the jab. He kept the first 6 rounds. He kept eating the jabs, and most of the rounds were close. So it could have gone either way, and he did not put in much effort. King Arthur did a very, very great job. Moved a little, boxing. He did not throw his power shots a lot because he was afraid Anthony will counter him, but the Lions in the camp, I think it's time for him to part ways with Ajay, get another trainer that will take him to the next level. The likes of Dominic Engel are there they have guided a lot of fighters to reach world level, and he can do same for Yarde because some of his performances are not good. He just recently even started sparring. At first he did not spar at all, and he has lack of amateur pedigree, so his performance is low. So this goes second week on a roll. Queensberry's prime fighters have lost their fight, and I think Frank Warren would be fuming by now, but it's all good for the sports. The likes of King Arthur, who are with smaller promoters, also needs opportunity to come up and showcase their talent. There's a rematch clause, so we expect to see the fight again. The Lions in the Cup did not believe he lost, but I think if he goes home and watch the fight again, he would have seen that he lost the fight with jabs. He wasn't able to cut the ring, move in. Though he was a shorter fighter, he wasn't the aggressor. He was doing virtually nothing, and the fight wasn't a good fight. It wasn't a good fight. It wasn't that entertaining, but the man who did most on the night won the fight. I think it was a fair result, just that one of the referee scored it 5 rounds for Yard, which I think I did not know what the referee was looking at. I'm seriously shocked he gave Yard 5 rounds. But I had Kenyatta winning by 1 round. One of the judges had it same and the other had it by 2 rounds. So I think those judges are fair. But the one that had Anthony Yard winning by 5 rounds, I'm sorry, sir. I did not know what you were. I think you're sleeping on the night. Then I moved to the third fight. That was a pay-per-view bout, PBC on Fox. Fans were allowed into the stadium, and Errol Spence did not look that bad. A guy coming from an accident last year and has been out of the ring for over a year. I think he did very, very well. And congratulations to him for maintaining his supremacy. He calls himself the big fish in the pond. So all we are looking for now is for him to another unification bout between he and Terence Buck Crawford. And that would be very good for the welterweight division, and it would go a long way to cement his legacy, because if he fights Terence Buck Crawford, who is the number 1 or number 2 pound for pound by most boxing ranking institution, I think it would go a long way to put him on top of the food chain with the likes of Canelo and Crawford himself. So he dominated Danny from round 1. He moved forward immediately, the bell rang. Danny was so intimidated, he did not know until round 4 when he started stepping up. Even that, he went down again in round 5 and round 6. But Danny started fighting in the later rounds, and I think in the 10th round he did marvelously well. In the 12th round he did marvelously well. But I think on the day, Errol Spence did better than him. He had better defenses. He was well aware of the hook and kept, though it's landed a couple of times that wobbled Spence, he was able to take it. He has a good chin, and you could see that the scars did not affect him, and Danny was just so too timid of walking down Errol Spence. Errol Spence, though the bigger man, walked him down. Danny, I've said elsewhere that he lacks. Danny is not versatile. He doesn't change his style. His style, he knows that he would hit you with his hook and you would be out. But to be fair to him, a 2-weight division champion should be a little bit versatile. Though Danny starts normally late, just like he started with the likes of American and knocked him out. I think he needs to start fights faster. If he had started fighting earlier, right from round 1, it would have been a different fight. It was just like the Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko fight. Vasily started fighting late, whilst Teofimo had already accumulated a point. So by the time Danny started fighting, Errol the Truth Spence had already accumulated the points, and it was obvious he would win by unanimous decision. But there's a big one coming in this weekend. Anthony Joshua would be in the ring again with Pulev. 1,000 fans would be allowed into the stadium. It's good for the UK boxing and the UK fraternity. Football fans are also welcome to the stadium. So the COVID is still around, but we are adjusting to the new normal. So I'll urge all fans to stay tuned to this channel. We will continuously bring you updates on the Anthony Joshua fight. Kindly subscribe to our channel. Kindly follow us on IG, med_sports_TV, Twitter, med_sports_TV. And also, stay positive. Au revoir. Bye-bye.